So if we look at the page for skills 15, we can see that they give us some number lines, but their mistake is that the number lines aren't finished. They've got all the marks, but they don't have all of the lines labeled. That's going to be our job. Whenever you have to label a number line like we do here, what you want to do is you want to figure out what pattern are they using? How are they counting? In like first grade, second grade, maybe even into third grade, we're really used to the number lines just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in fourth grade, since we talk about decimals and since we talk about fractions, our number lines might be a little more complicated than that. So always make sure you can find a pattern. Let's start with problem A. Let's look at what labels they do have. 2, 2.5, 3. So I can already see they're not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. Blank, 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 7. So I'm starting to see a little pattern show up there. Who can tell me what pattern can I start to see here? Bella, make sure we're not playing around. Make sure we're focused. What pattern can I start seeing in my numbers here? What are they doing? Noah, do you see the pattern? Almost like they're counting by fives, right? I have 2, and then I have 2.5, then 3. So what they're counting by here is 0.5. 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. What would the next number be? What would be your guess? Messiah, what number do you think would come next on our number line? What would you say is next, Messiah? 5. Perfect. So 2.2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. And then what would be next? Bailey? 5.5, because we're counting by 0.5s here. So 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5. What would be next? Chase? 6. 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. What is that last blank line going to be? Noah? 6.5. It's got to follow the pattern. Number lines will always have a pattern to them. So this one was 0.5. Every line was 0.5 or 1/2. So 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7. If you can count the number line with all those spaces you put in and it follows the pattern doesn't get messed up or it doesn't change, then you know you've got the right labels, the right numbers for the parts. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. 33, 33.5 blank. 34.5, 35 blank. 36 blank. 37, 37.5 blank. Now this one's a little bit tougher because now they don't put a whole lot of numbers together, but I can still sort of see a pattern going on. Yeah, Jada, like I said, you don't have to ask, just let me know. I can still sort of see a pattern happening there. Let's start filling in these blank spaces. Sebastian, make sure we grab our skills page. Who can help me out? What would the next blank be? We have 33, 33.5 blank. Messiah? 34. Very good. 33, 33.5, 34, 34.5, 35. And then a blank. What's next after 35? Bailey? 35.5. Okay, so 33, 33.5, 34, 34.5, 35, 35.5, 36. And then Christopher? 36.5. So 33, 33.5, 34, 34.5, 35, 35.5, 36, 36.5, 37, 37.5 blank. What number should be at the end there? Jadine? 38. Okay. Okay, problem C. 625 blank. 626. 626.5 blank. 627.5 blank blank. 629, 629.5, 630. So again, I can see a pattern. And again, they made it a little bit tougher. There's less numbers next to each other. But what should come next? After 625, what would be the next label on that number line? Bailey, what do you think? Okay, 625.5. Again, all we're doing is we're finding that pattern. And this one seems like it has the same pattern as the other two have had. So 625, 625.5, 626, 626.5 blank. What goes in this blank? Christopher? 626.5. Well, that's this number. What about the blank spot next to it? 627. So we always got to make sure that we look at, when we're trying to figure out what labels are missing, look at the ones right next to it, like the ones right before or the one right afterward. That'll give us clues about what's missing. 625, 625.5, 626, 626.5, 627, 627.5, blank. What's this blank going to be, or what should this blank be? Brianna? $628. Very good. 628, 625, 625.5, 626, 626.5, 627, 627.5, 628, blank. Ezekiel, what do you think belongs in that blank? Very good. 628.5. Question D, number line, missing parts. Same thing. Let's check the pattern. 240, 240.5. Blank, blank. 242, 242.5. Blank. 243.5. 244. Blank. 245. So this pattern might seem a little bit familiar. Let's start filling it out from the beginning. 240, 240.5, blank. What goes in the first blank? Messiah? $241. Okay. Now the next one. 240, 240.5, 241. Bailey? $241.5. Very good. 242, 242.5. The next one. What number would belong in that next blank? Violet? What do you think would be in the next blank, Violet? Let's take a look at the pattern. 240, 240.5, 241, 241.5, 242. Well, I have that one right here. So I can't have the same label twice, but you're close. It has to go something before that. Look at what's happening. 240, 240.5, 241, 241.5, 242, 242.5. So what number needs to go in front of 243.5? Does every single number have a 0.5, Violet? No. It skips a number, right? We have 0.5, skip, 0.5, skip, 0.5, skip, 0.5. So whatever number goes here shouldn't have a 0.5 at the end. You sound like you want to say something at the end of that. 240 what? Would 245 go before 243? No, not in front of that. That might come afterwards. What would go in front of this? I think the 240 part is correct. I have 242 here. So I've got 242. There's 244. What goes in the middle of those two? Not 0.5. 240, 241, 242. If you were just counting, Violet, 240, 241, 242. 43. 243. And then look at the next one. 243.5. That keeps the pattern going, right? Because we have a 0.5 and then a skip, 0.5 and then a skip, 0.5 and a skip, 0.5 and then a skip. After 244, we've got another blank here. What number would go in that last blank? Noah? 244.5. And my pattern is complete. We'll be doing some of them by ourselves, Messiah, but not all of them. Let's do a couple together and then we'll do a couple on our own. Okay. Number 10, or sorry, problem 1 starts with number 10. We have 10, 10.5 blank, 11.5, 12, blank, 13, 13.5, 14, blank, blank. Who can tell me the first blank on number 1? Bailey? 11, very good. What about the next blank? What number would go after 12 on this number line? Jadine? 12.5. What number would go after 14 on this number line? Bailey? 14.5. And the last number on this number line, what would it be? Kylie? 15, very good. Okay, problem 2. 181 blank, 182 blank, 183, 183.5 blank, 184.5 blank, 185.5, 186. What number belongs in the first blank for problem 2? Bailey? 181.5. What number belongs in the second blank? Kylie? 182.5. Messiah, what number belongs in the third blank? 184. And the last blank for number 2, what number belongs in the last? Violet, what number would I put here? You're my one and only Violet. 185. Perfect. Now number 2 is complete. Okay, I want you all to try problem 3 and 4. Fill in the blanks on the number line with the numbers that are missing.